For a large chunk of the FIFA Career Mode community, myself included, FIFA 12 is a game that holds a special place in our hearts. FIFA 12 took FIFA from being a game that I occasionally played with friends every year to my passion. But have you ever wondered what happened to some of the most sought after prospects in the game mode? Well, in today's video, we will be reviewing what happened to 10 of FIFA 12's finest wonder kids. Stay tuned because there's plenty of stars and plenty of flops. This video has been a lot of fun to make, by the way. I'm definitely looking to make a lot more real world football videos. A lot of research went into it, so if you do go on to enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like. But the first player we are going to be talking about is going to be one Manuel Iturbe. In FIFA 12, Iturbe was 18 years of age. He was playing at Porto, and he was the highest rated young player in FIFA 12. He started off at a 75 overall and had a potential of 88. Well, to compare him now, he has definitely not fulfilled this potential. In FIFA 19, Iturbe is 25 years of age and he has a current overall of 76 with his potential being 79. So in the 6 or 7 iterations of FIFA, Iturbe has only gone up 1 overall and his potential has gone completely down the drain. In between FIFA 12 and now, he has had numerous clubs. Of course, starting off at Porto in FIFA 12, he then went out on loan to River Plate, went on loan again to Hellas Verona before moving permanently to the Italian side. He then jumped to another Italian side in Roma where he had one of his best performances before moving on loan to Bournemouth, on loan again to Torino, on loan once again to Club Tijuana in Mexico before moving there permanently, and currently he is playing for UNAM in the Mexican League, still on loan. In his career, he has had 8 appearances for Paraguay's national team, scoring 0 goals, and originally he was Argentinian. In his 187 professional games, he has scored 23 goals, and he was once dubbed the new Lionel Messi. Clearly, he has not lived up to that name tag. The next player we are going to be focusing on is one of world football's most well-known players. It is going to be Romelu Lukaku. In FIFA 12, the Belgian striker was a 75 overall, just like Iturbe, with a potential of 88 overall, and he was 18 years of age at the time, playing at Chelsea. Now, Lukaku has certainly lived up to this potential. Currently, in FIFA 19, he starts off in career mode with an 87 overall, so he has almost reached his potential by age 25, and currently his potential is 89 overall. Lukaku has bounced around some of England's Premier League teams, of course playing for Chelsea, not really playing, never had a senior game in the professional team, but he did go out on loan to West Brom where he had a breakout season, scoring 17 goals and leading them to 8th place. In fact, in that season, Lukaku outscored all of his Chelsea teammates despite being on loan. Something I'm sure Jose Mourinho looks back and regrets. But him and Mourinho did have a little bit of a turbulent relationship. Lukaku showed glimpses during his time at Chelsea, but had issues getting on the first team and never managed to score a goal. Lukaku did reach true superstar status, however, in his time at Everton between 2014 and 2016, but in 2017, he did sign for Manchester United after some crazy good seasons for an estimated £75 million. In his 73 games for Manchester United, he has scored 33 goals. And I mean, it hasn't been a perfect time at United, but he's definitely proving that he is one of world football's better strikers, and certainly living up to the potential that he was given in FIFA 12. Moving on now, we have Adam Maia, the midfielder in FIFA 12, had a overall of 73, but a potential once again of 88. He was playing for AZ Alkmaar in the Eredivisie at 18 years of age, but unfortunately for the Moroccan, things quite haven't gone to the way he would have liked it. In FIFA 19, he finds himself still playing for Alkmaar, but he has an overall of 72, so he's actually gone down 1 overall, and has a potential of only 75, which is quite disappointing. Maia has jumped around the Dutch clubs for the most part, going from AZ Alkmaar to PSV, then to Jong PSV, which is PSV's reserve team, I believe. Then he made a quick move on loan to Turkey, signing for Osmanlıspor, before returning back to the Netherlands, playing for FC Twente, and then once again AZ Alkmaar. Now, despite being born in Morocco, Maia has declared his loyalty to the Netherlands, picking up 5 caps for the Netherlands national team. And things were looking really bright for Maia in FIFA 12 and in his early days of his career. In 2010, he actually became the youngest player in the Dutch leagues to score in the Europa League and UEFA Cup, and he did this at age 17. But it is clear he has not lived up to his potential and is really struggling at the moment. He went 3 months without a club this year before signing with AZ in September on a 1-year deal. His future, quite uncertain. Of course, we're pulling for him. We're hoping he can get his career back on track, but it's not looking too promising right now. The next player on this list is arguably the biggest disappointment so far. It is Alexander Merkel. Now, if you played FIFA 12 and even FIFA 13, this guy was one of the players you had to sign in career mode. In FIFA 12, he started off at a 74 overall and had a potential of 87 at 19 years of age, and he was playing for one of Europe's most historic clubs in AC Milan. But unfortunately, things have gone downhill quite quickly for Merkel, as in FIFA 19, he finds himself at a 68 overall with only a potential of 70. So his potential in FIFA 19 is less. It is 4 overall less than his base rating in FIFA 12. That is absolutely shocking. Merkel was at AC Milan on loan when we picked up with him in FIFA 12. He then went to Udinese on a permanent before being loaned out to Watford and Grasshopper. He then signed permanently for Pisa in the Serie A before moving permanently to VfL Bochum, followed by a move to Admira Wacker in the Austrian league, and now he finds himself getting consistent game time at Heracles Almelo in the Dutch league. Again, apologies if I pronounce anything poorly in this video. If you see my normal videos, I'm not super articulate with some of these club names, but I try my best. Now, Merkel's international career is quite odd. He played for Germany from the under-15s through to the under-20s, but in 2010, he said he wanted to play for Russia despite no Russian citizenship and no real connection. Then he later retracted these comments and said he aimed for the Germany senior team. He never got selected, and then in 2015 changed to his birth nation of Kazakhstan. At all of his clubs, he has never played more than 20 games, which is quite disappointing, but there is positive signs, as so far this season he has played 16 games with his current club in the Netherlands. And I mean, deep down, I've got hope for the wonder kid from FIFA 12. Maybe it's not too late to rediscover and fulfill his potential. Moving on now to another player that started off in the Dutch leagues and has spent a lot of time in the Netherlands. It is going to be Zakaria Labiad. Now, in FIFA 12, he started off at 74 overall and had a potential of 87, just like Merkel. But again, he's another player that exactly hasn't lived up to his potential, because at age 25, he finds himself playing for a good club in Ajax, but his overall is 76 and his potential is 79. Now, he is someone that I have had a little bit of experience with being a Fulham fan. As you will see, he has had his career, so he was at PSV permanently, then he made a permanent move to Sporting in the Portuguese league before being loaned out to Vitesse in the Dutch league. He then moved to Sporting's B team on a permanent before being loaned out to my favourite club, Fulham, where he did absolutely nothing at all. Then he made a permanent move to Utrecht, then he signed for Jong FC Utrecht, which is Utrecht's second team, before moving to Ajax. He's had a very start and stop career. A large number of games have been played with PSV, Vitesse and Utrecht, but he's had under 10 games altogether with Fulham, Jong FC and Ajax. A big area I respect him though is that he has a secure life ready after football. He's completed a degree in sport and activity at ROC Eindhoven. So a lot of respect there, but I still believe he could shine, proving he can hold his own in the Eredivisie. And a good area for him, a lot of security, is that he has a 4-year contract with Ajax until 2022. So here is hoping for the best for this youngster. Now we move on to one of the most well-known and potentially one of the most successful players on this list. It is going to be Philippe Coutinho. In FIFA 12, he was only 19 years of age, had a 74 overall and an 87 potential, so just like Zakaria Labyad, he was playing at Espanyol in the Spanish leagues, but unlike Zakaria, he has really gone on to become one of the world's best attacking players. Because obviously in FIFA 19, Coutinho has exceeded his FIFA 12 potential and finds himself an 88 overall with 89 potential, only 26 years of age, so a lot left in the tank here for Coutinho, and he is playing currently for Barcelona. Coutinho's rise to the top has been quite a public one. He was at Espanyol on loan, and then he went back to his parent club of Inter Milan before being sold to Liverpool, playing a lot of football for Liverpool before going to Barcelona. Coutinho is described as being an archetypal Brazilian number 10 playmaker. And a fun fact is that Coutinho gained a Portuguese passport in August this year. So are we going to see him link up with Cristiano Ronaldo in the Portuguese national team? Well, no, because he's played for Brazil 45 times, but we can all dream. Coutinho became a world-class player at Liverpool, scoring 41 goals in 152 games and becoming an assist machine in the process. His big move to Barcelona came in January 2018 for an estimated £105 million. We now move on to one of my favourite wonder kids from FIFA 12. This is someone that I desperately wanted to include on the list. It is Matteo Destro. Matteo Destro was a go-to player for me in a lot of FIFAs, even after FIFA 12, basically all the way up to FIFA 14, FIFA 15. But the Italian striker started off in FIFA 12 at 72 overall with a potential of 87, playing for recently promoted Siena in the Serie A. But in FIFA 19, the FIFA gods believe that Destro has nowhere left to go, as he has an overall of 76, but a potential only of 76. So no more growth is expected from the Italian. He still is playing in the Serie A, currently up front for Bologna. The now 27-year-old has gone from Siena to Roma. He really did well at Roma, but injury problems stuffed him up, I guess, as he was coming into his prime. Then he went out on loan to Milan before permanently signing for Bologna. Destro is considered a consistent Serie A goal scorer, scoring 73 goals in 219 pro games. And I mean, it's hard to be harsh on him. He's definitely past his prime and probably won't live up to his initial potential, but he's had a career to be proud of. I mean, that he initially had. I mean, in Italy's under-19 side, he had 14 appearances and scored 16 goals, which is an insane return. The 8th player on this list is, again, one of the biggest on the list. Currently considered one of the world's best defensive midfielders. It is Casemiro. We all know Casemiro, the Brazilian centre defensive midfielder, currently applying his trade in La Liga for Real Madrid. But in FIFA 12, Casemiro was a player without a game face. He had no star head, which made him a very unattractive prospect for a lot of FIFA players, but his in-game ability was definitely there. Casemiro started FIFA 12 at a 74 overall with a potential of 86 at 19 years of age, playing for Sao Paulo. But now in FIFA 19, the Brazilian has exceeded it with a long time left in his career. He is currently an 88 overall with a 90 potential at 26 years of age. Casemiro has had not a stop-start career, but he's had a long path to get to Real Madrid. So from Sao Paulo, he went on loan to Real Madrid's B team, before then going on loan to Real Madrid's main team, before then going on loan to FC Porto, before being permanently signed for Real Madrid, and since then, he really has not looked back. He did have a bit of a rocky start to life at Real Madrid, not getting a lot of first team action when Carlo Ancelotti was in charge, but ever since Zinedine Zidane had taken over Real Madrid, of course he's now left, but when he did take over Real Madrid, he really got a lot of game time, Casemiro. Two very impressive quotes that I found when I was doing my research on Casemiro came from Diego Simeone and Marcelo. Now, Simeone said this about Casemiro, quote, For the balance of the team, he is without a doubt Real Madrid's most important player. He changed the face of Madrid. That is massive praise to receive from one of the world's best managers, along with the praise he received from his Brazilian left-back teammate Marcelo, who said, "He saved my life. I might play until I'm 45 with this guy beside my side." That is crazy high praise, and I really think that proves why Casemiro is regarded as one of the world's best defensive midfielders. He definitely lived up to his FIFA 12 potential. 2 players to go now, 2 strikers on the list, both with game time in England, but the first one we're going to focus on is John Guidetti. The Swedish striker in FIFA 12 was applying his trade on loan at Feyenoord from parent club Manchester City, and at 19 years of age he had a 73 overall with an 85 potential. And whilst Guidetti definitely has not flopped, he hasn't reached that 85 potential because he currently finds himself in La Liga playing for Deportivo Alaves, 78 overall with an 81 potential at 26 years of age. This guy could definitely be a good pickup for a lot of your career modes out there. Can you revive the career of John Guidetti? He certainly has shown glimpses of brilliance. In his 2012 season with Feyenoord, he managed to score 20 goals in 23 games, which is a fantastic return for a striker, especially a young striker in a top league like the Eredivisie. But his path to present day has been so. He was at Man City, his parent club, where he played 0 games. He went on loan to Feyenoord, on loan to Stoke, on loan to Celtic, before permanently moving to Celta Vigo and then permanently moving to Alaves this past season. He's had 25 caps for the Swedish national team, scoring only 2 goals, which is quite poor. As a striker from Sweden, he has really been in the shadow of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And in the years since his time at Feyenoord, he has only managed to score 21 goals in 121 games with 4 other clubs, so he has definitely not lived up to the potential since his time at Feyenoord, but there's still hope. FIFA still believes there's still hope for him, so we'll have to wait and see what Guidetti can do in La Liga. And the final player on the list is one for you English fans out there. I'm sure all of you, if you've been following football for a long time, will understand what I'm about to say. It is going to be Connor Wickham on the list. Connor Wickham started FIFA 12 as a 70 rated 18-year-old striker, and the Englishman had potential of 85. He was playing at Sunderland, a lot of history between Connor Wickham and Sunderland, but now an injury-hampered career has really slowed down the Englishman's progress. Currently playing for Crystal Palace, 71 overall, 75 potential at 25 years of age. In the time between FIFA 12 and now, he has played for Sunderland and then 2 separate loan spells to Sheffield Wednesday, followed by a loan spell to Leeds and then a permanent move, rumoured to be in the £7 million mark in 2015 to Crystal Palace. There was definitely high hopes early on of him being England's next great goal scorer, especially after he scored the winning goal in the 2010 UEFA European Under-17 Championship. But he has really struggled with injury, especially in the past few years. Only 1 appearance off the bench in the past two seasons with Crystal Palace, and he has not picked up a single cap for the national team, the senior national team with England. Many people believe there is still hope for Connor Wickham, but he desperately needs to discover his form quickly. So lads, that is going to conclude today's video. What happened to 10 FIFA 12 Wonder Kids? Now you know. I really had a lot of fun making today's video, so if you want to see similar videos like this, make sure you leave some support on the video and let me know other topics you would love for me to cover in the comment section down below. But make sure, if you are new around here as well, fellas, that you bloody scorpion kick that subscribe button. Most importantly though, I hope you have a fantastic day. It has been JarradHD here. I am out. Peace.